Hello guys, this is What If Guy here, and I'm going to do part 2 of What If Deku was the Spider-Man, and where we left off, the heroes just opened the doors. And when the heroes opened the doors, Deku already knew that they were going to come in with his spider sense, so he just shoots webs at their eyes and just ties them up with his webs and and gets in his suit and swings away, and he gets away with it, and he gets on the highest rooftop and the highest building in wherever he was, and just watches over the city. And this is when he sees a villain, and I'm going to say that this villain's quirk is teleportation. So this is when Deku saw him, and Deku just jumped down. I'm sorry guys for yawning, and this is when Deku jumped down to the villain, and when the villain saw Deku, teleported behind Deku, but Deku with his spider sense just sorry for the noise, just jumped out of the way. And this is when something happens none of you expected. This is when Deku fires an electrical web at the villain, and the villain was just about to teleport, and when this hits the villain, this overcharges the villain's teleport ability, and opens a portal into another dimension. And you might be asking which dimension this is. This is into the PlayStation game dimension. This is in the My Hero Academia. The canon I believe up till here is in the PS game. It's not the same world, but the same past, same villains, same everything. So when Deku gets sucked up into this portal, Deku gets off the Spider-Man suit and just walks around the city looking, and he finds a newspaper and sees that his picture on the photo on the cover, but he sees that the date is different. So Deku realizes that he's in the past, he thinks, but he still doesn't know that he's in another dimension, and he thinks that he might be able to save his Aunt May or whatever her name was. So Deku gets up in another suit, and this suit is, I'm going to show you it right now. So you know guys, when I said he gets on his suit, no, he starts rebuilding a suit, and I think you know guys which suit I mean, because he knows what happens in the past, and he starts rebuilding this suit of his. So sorry for if there was a spot where I just didn't talk. I accidentally clicked the start button. So let's continue. Deku is in this suit right now. This is the suit he's in, and let's just say, you know, these yellow things, he just makes them dimmer so he isn't seen because he doesn't want his past self to see him. Not because of something like the whole universe will be destroyed because the past seen the future and the future seen the past. Not because of that shit, he just does not want to be discovered. So Deku goes on helping through all of the bosses. When the Kingpin comes, Deku fires. No, Deku sends helpers drone for Spider-Man to help, and Spider Buddy for for him to for those drones to help his past self. And Spider-Man wonders where they came from, but he thinks that they might have came from the police and just forgets about them. Kingpin, all of the bosses, he just helps from the far, either shoots web grenades, which is Spider-Man really curious about who this person is that is helping him. Web grenades, electrical webs, and spider bro. Like all of those things, he's just helping Spider-Man from the shadows. And Deku does not stop Dr. Octavius because if he does not stop Dr. Octavius, no, if he stops Dr. Octavius now, he won't be like he's now because he thinks he still doesn't know that this is another dimension. And yeah, so this is when the fight with Dr. Octavius starts, and Deku already knows how to make the cure, so he had a vial of the cure by himself. So this time Aunt May will live, but not for him. So this is when the Dr. Octavius fight starts, and Spider-Man, like his past self, built this now, and Deku just comes out of the shadows and starts beating. No, before Spider-Man even could go there with this suit, Deku just comes out of nowhere and starts beating the shit out of Dr. Octavius, starts throwing the things at him, doesn't even give him time to make the floor hot, and Spider-Man comes in the middle of the fight wondering who this is and how does he have the plan, the blueprints for this suit, but he does not talk because so this is when they both start tag teaming Dr. Octavius, and this time the armor does not break because they're just so tag teaming. And whenever Dr. Octavius wants to attack Peter, Deku just stops the attack. And yeah, so this is when they beat up him. They go like down the building, both of them just tag teaming. Like in the end of Kratos, when Kratos and Atreus just tag team the guy. Yeah, that's the same scene, but just like them beating up Dr. Octavius and Kratos and Atreus are replaced with Deku and Pat and Peter. So they beat him up. They break all of the limbs, and he goes to the past. And when Deku was about to swing away, he swings away and Spider-Man follows him because he wants to know who this is. And this is when Deku gets to an alley and just like when Tony Stark's nanosuit, yeah, that's like that, and Deku just gets the suit off of him, going back to his normal suit. And this is when Spider-Man asks who he is, and Deku turns and says, "I'm you, but from the future. Or at least I think from the future because some things are different than my future. may think that this is a different dimension. If I ask how he knows, he's one of the smartest men. He's smarter than David Shield, the guy who's supposed to be the smartest in My Hero Academia. And when Deku tells Peter this, Peter is actually pretty shocked. And yeah, so Deku gives Peter uh, a something like a distress call. He tells Peter to just click on the button whenever he needs his help. And so Deku gains a power up from this. He gains a quirk, and the quirk is called Spider-Verse. You guys may be asking, what can this quirk do? Not really quirk or power up. He can summon any Spider-Man from the game that he's in. Yeah, any Spider-Man, like a Ghost Rider Spider-Man, like the Punker Spider-Man, the what was it, the Future Spider-Man, like all of those Spider-Mans. So Deku goes back to his universe, and no, he does not. They just start building a device is as big as a phone, and this is when they're done with it. And Deku opens a portal and gives Spider-Man the thing I said, like a distress call, and tells him whenever he needs help, just click the button, and that Deku will get the notification that he wants help from him. And he just goes into his own. So yeah, I'm going to do like these kind of. He may be in Infinity War, in Civil War, because I'm just going to say that the Spider-Man in this is the Spider-Man is the same in the films. So I'm just going to say these. He may be in Infinity Wars, in Endgame and stuff like that. Yeah, there will be a lot of cool flip. So this is when he's back to his universe, and when he's back, he just goes on top of a building and just like those hanging beds. Yeah, just makes one of those with his webs and just get and just like goes to his normal clothes and just lies down for the night and just sleeps tight. This was What If Guy. Hope you liked my content. I hope I see you another time. Please subscribe, like, and this was What If Guy. I'll see you in the future, my friend.